dentro di me, ho sete di te, mi disseto io sulle labbra tue, amore vita mi dai e sei tu che come un fuoco mi bruci nell'anima, come un angelo mi porti via. Se respiro della vita all'altra parte sei di me, se la luce dei miei occhi mi rifletto dentro te, se nel corpo la mia pelle, se mi stringi forte sai, questa vita si riaccende in ogni bacio che mi dai. Come un mantello sei, col tuo amore lo sai, mi avvolge Dio, non temo niente oramai, dolce amore mio, il segreto tu sei, che mi fa vivere, amore sei tu, che come un vento mi soffi nell'anima, questa vita che vivo per te. Se respiro della vita all'altra parte sei di me, se la luce dei miei occhi mi rifletto dentro te, se nel corpo la mia pelle, se mi stringi forte sai, questa vita si riaccende in ogni bacio che mi dai. E se guardo nei tuoi occhi vedo i sogni che farò, ogni volta in questo abbraccio morirei, mille volte amore ancora mi innamorerò, lo so, sempre più io di te. Se la luce dei miei occhi mi rifletto dentro te, se nel corpo la mia pelle, se mi stringi forte sai, questa vita si riaccende. Se respiro della vita all'altra parte sei di me, sei la luce, mi rifletto dentro te. Questa vita si riaccende in ogni bacio che mi dai. Se respiro. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Hello everybody, welcome. How are you doing? Giada Valenti here in Las Vegas, Saturday. Yes, Saturday normally we are in the kitchen and we will go there in a second. How are you doing? It's 2 p.m., a little bit more than 2 p.m., actually 2:01 here in Las Vegas, 5 p.m. for you guys there on the East Coast. Almost time to go to sleep for Europe people. I see a few there appearing. It's of course late at night, 11 at night and 10 p.m. for you guys in England and Ireland. And buongiorno, which is buongiorno in sign language. Yes, sounds funny in Italian, but this is the sign for good morning to the people in Australia. We always do sign language, as you may know. That's why this is the sign of welcome. And you see on the back here, actually the most important one, I love you. And I guys, you have been amazing to me. I really do love you. We have been doing Giada Live. I said the other week, in 2 months it's gonna be like a year long. I started this Giada Live March 18 last year, March 18, 2020. We all remember what happened. If you were in Vegas, well, my last concert of the year was March the 12th at the Smith Center, and 2 days later The whole Vegas was closed. The whole world was closed. We started our quarantine, and we're still in the quarantine. But I always say one day more of it is one day less as well. So I try to keep a positive thinking. And then I started to do these things, Giada Live, which was amazing because I got to become friends with many of you. Some of you virtually, of course, because some of you I've never met. I see many of you there appearing. I see, of course, Roger. Roger is been. Part of my life ever since this started, and we became close friends. He's been the supporter of my music with guitars, piano, computers, sponsor one Christmas concert that we did last December. So thank you, Roger. I miss you, man. Haven't seen you in ages. Of course, I see also Bob and Mary Lou Boduk, other two amazing people that I got to meet thanks to my Giada Live here in Las Vegas. And of course, I adore you guys. And then who's there? Doug and Susie. Of course, guys, I knew you also before quarantine started, but because of the Giada Live, we got even closer. Because you remember, actually, Doug did for several months the birthday and the events on my page. It was my chief and editor of birthday and events. We have to pick them up here and there. We've been doing with concert, but maybe we should do it also with birthday. Who else is there? Jenny. She's my other sister of my other mother, with Diane and Sal Fiorentino, of course, that they've been teaching me sign language. Jenny, you are in Chicago, and we've never met actually, but I cannot wait when this is over to get to meet you personally. But she got me an amazing Christmas present, one of those Maxwell lights that I'm using every day. It's supposed to make your skin glowing and better. Thank you, Jenny. I love it so far. I see Antonio Argentieri, our pastry chef, talking about Ireland. He's all the way in Ireland, even though come me è italiano, just like me is Italian. Who else is there? I see Doug and Susie, of course, many of you, Diane, of course, and Sal. Diane, I saw this morning you are doing better, and you sent me some great signs that I will show the people in a little bit. Philip, you are new to me. Somebody said, called Philip, is saying, hello, Giada. I see many people that I've never seen. Alfonso Cutillo, of course, I know you watching. And I mean, I cannot see, you guys keep writing, but leave all your hello and your name over there. I see Rosalie Bonanno Cangelosi. Hello, Rosalie. Rosalie, we all know, if you don't know Rosalie, do you remember my PBS special from Venice with Love? There's a picture over there. I will go in the wrong direction. And that stage was built by the son of Rosalie Cangelosi, Michael Cangelosi, from GMP Wood in Brooklyn. If you ever guys need the best staircase or something made in wood, that's the address for you. You ask me and I put you in contact with the Cangelosi family. They are an amazing people. And they built that stage, actually. They built a staircase like I was in Venice for me. So guys, I love you. I miss you. I see Karen Gianni over there in Pittsburgh, and I see some new people. Emilio, ciao, dice ciao. Emilio, da dove ci stai guardando? Some of you, I don't know. So please let us know if you're new, if you're watching Giada Live for the first time, where you're watching from. We have been doing this, as I said, for almost a year. We did 100 days straight every day, and now we go on. We went on for 4 days a week, and now I said I cut it down a little bit with the new year because I'm working on music. Many of you know, are aware, I want to learn to play guitar, of course, and I got 2 guitars from Roger, but I'm also writing new music, recording new music, because as soon as this insanity is going to be over, I want to go on stage, I want to have some new music. So I've been writing, I've been recording, I've been singing, and what else? Also, of course, you know, I appear 3 times a week here on Facebook, but of course on Saturday I always appear on my Patreon page, which is like a private, on Sunday, a private page, Patreon. Did I say Saturday, JJ? Sunday, Love Song Sunday. Every Sunday I appear on my Patreon page at 2 p.m. and I do their little concerts. Actually, they're not concerts, they're like fun time together where I get to sing every Sunday songs I've never sang before. If you've been to my concert, of course, you know, there are certain songs that you can always expect from me. And on Love Song Sunday, you will get to hear songs that you never heard. And last Sunday, actually, was the birthday of Elvis Presley. So we did a tribute to Elvis Presley. There's a screenshot of last Sunday. It was a lot of fun singing all the songs of Elvis. Of course, I have sang in my whole career and life 2 songs. Love Me Tender, of course, and what is the other one? The one I sang with Andrea Bocelli, I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. There's a picture with Andrea on the back. I always go in the wrong direction there. And then one of the songs that I sang with Andrea Bocelli was I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. But last Sunday, I mean, I stretched myself. I even sang blue sweat shoes, which is not something that you will expect from me, but I did it. We had a lot of fun, and I want to thank. I see Janet Sessa also appearing. I want to thank all of you that have been there with me every Sunday, guys. We have a lot of fun. So if you want to join me tomorrow for a Love Song Sunday, it's going to be a very special episode too, because next Tuesday, the 19th, is going to be the birthday of the one and only one of my idol, Dolly Parton. So tomorrow I will tackle a lot of the classic song of Dolly Parton. Look at her. Look at those hair, that face, and those big eyes. I adore her. Every time there is anything about Dolly Parton, I always have to join, because I just love her. I love the woman. I love everything she stands for, and she's an amazing singer, songwriter, woman that really came from nothing. Tomorrow I'm going to tell a lot of story while I will be singing some of her most classical song. So if you are watching, of course, it's Saturday. You're not mistaken. It's Saturday, and in a second I will be going to my kitchen in sign language, and I will be cooking something delicious for you. But please remember, I'm also a singer and songwriter. I was born and raised in Venice, Italy, and please continue to like my music on all the platform where you can find my music. Actually, you guys have been amazing. I have to really thank you for. I've seen the number growing and going up. You are listening a lot of my music on Spotify and music and Apple Music and Amazon Music. So please continue to do so. I also want to thank all of you that put the likes on my official page. I noticed the other day that I have on both my personal page more than 5,000 friends, which is the limit that Facebook allows, and I have 15,000 on my Facebook page. But then I noticed that many of you are friends and not fans, and doesn't matter, fans or friends, you're all the same things. But if you don't like my page, my official page, you may be missing a lot of my posts, and to raise the number on my official page is also a good thing for me as an artist. So please, if you have not done it, go on Giada Valenti on Facebook.com/Giada Valenti page. You see on my page on the top, I made banners, and many of you have liked the page. So please continue to do so. Like also, I see many of you watching from YouTube. Do you remember? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for you that you cannot hear. And yes, as I said, today we are going to be cooking something delicious. And since the recipe I'm cooking today will take us to France, I decided also to sing a French song. You know, I do speak several languages. French is one of the languages, and French music is very dear to my heart. And since today I'm cooking something typical French, I decided at the end of the program to sing one French song. So please stay tuned until the end. So as I said, we go to France. On va à la France. In sign language, Diane told me this morning that this is the sign from France. So we travel to France today for some delicious recipe. I'm gonna take you actually to a region of France. I have some slideshow. If you've never been, called Alsazia-Lorena in Italiano, but Alsace and Lorraine in English. That's the northern of Paris, as you can see, is on the border with Belgium and Germany, and it was indeed that part of the country of France is France, of course, but also the German people, they wanted to have it, they never got it, but there is a lot of German influences of that part. I have a few pictures here of the region. If you've never been, it's famous also for the winery, as you can see. Look at that, it's beautiful. Look, the little church. It looks a little bit like the city that you find in Germany as well. And I found out, you know, I'm from Venice, Italy, born and raised there. I've never been to this place, but I found a picture of a place called Colmar Old Town in Alsace, in France, and they have actually a little part of that city that is called the Venice Quarter. Like the Quartier de Venise. And look at that. They have the colorful houses just like you have in Venice, in the island of Burano. So I know I always have some French people watching, among them also Natalie and Veronique. So I wonder if you girls have ever been to this place called Colmar Old Town. I've never been there, but sure, now that I've seen all these pictures, I want to go too. And talking about travels and Venice, yesterday I was working on music and the sun was shining in Las Vegas, and I was talking to my mom and I said, I cannot wait to go to Italy. It's been more than a year also for me that I haven't been to Italy. So I'm sure you're sick and tired to be at home too. So should you want to come to Italy with me, hopefully this October it will happen. We can go to Italy together. And of course, that's me in Venice, in the Canal Grande, in the Grand Canal of Venice. So, should you wanted to join me in October with Perillo Tour, we are organizing a trip to Italy. We do it every year. We skipped last year, of course, because we couldn't. 2020 was the quarantine here. But this year, hopefully, by October, we're going to be able to make it. So you go on giadavalenti.com and you can find all the information, and you can already reserve your spot. And then is everything change, you can change it on another date. But because, of course, we're going not with a very large group, because I'm always trying to give attention to the group of people I'm going. So there is always, what is the limit, the max of people, JJ, that is allowed? 30 people. So only 30 of you guys can come to Italy with me next year. So if you want to be part of the trip, this year, not next year, if you want to be part of my trip to Italy, please go on giadavalenti.com. Without further ado, we're going to talk about what I'm going to make today. I'm going to make a delicious quiche. This is sign for quiche with vegetable and meat, which is smoked bacon. Here I have a picture of the one that I already made. That's me with the quiche I have made. And of course, I had it also today for lunch. And since it's a French recipe, stay with me, because after we go to the kitchen to cook in the recipe, I will be singing for you a song. I will be singing for you La Vie en Rose, which, if you know me, you know it's my cavallo di battaglia, as they say. It's a song I can never leave a stage without singing that song. So quiche is a French tart. This consisting of a pastry crust filled with savory custard and pieces of cheese, meat, seafood, vegetable. You can put inside the quiche wherever you want. Yeah, I have a few pictures that you can see. Look at that. Those are 4 of the most famous ones. So the best known, of course, is the variation is the quiche Lorraine. It's the quiche Lorraine is named after the Lorraine region of France that we were talking about, and it's very popular. And originally it was an open pie with eggs, cream, and lard. Nowadays, of course, you can also fold it close. It's making different. In the English-speaking countries, the modern preparation of the dish is usually includes more kind of mature cheese, like cheddar cheese, often being in the British variety, and also here in the United States, many of my friends makes with that kind of cheese. And of course, they replace the lard with the bacon. Bacon, the United States, an English kind of speaking country, they use bacon. Not so much so in Italy. We prefer to use the lardo, but that it is, and in France as well. Quiche can be served hot or cold, and is very popular worldwide, even though it's French. And we're going to know in a second, is really French? That's the question mark over there. I also often make, as you see, individual ones, small, especially now that we are in quarantine. For me and JJ, of course, I'm cooking for 2. So I make a very small one, like I made for you, that I'll show you in a second. Or sometimes I have a little form to make a delicious little one. And when you make the little one, it's nice because actually you can make 2, and you can make the one different than the other. The one that I'm making today is with vegetable and smoked bacon, and I found out only yesterday, actually, thanks to Nathalie, my French girlfriend. She said that in French they call this kind of quiche the quiche paysanne, which means peasant, the rural one. It makes sense because it's very simple. It's with a lot of vegetables and some meat. And keep in mind, you can also skip the meat if you are vegetarian. A little bit of etymology we always do here in Giada Live. Look at that. Those are the ingredients. Thank you, JJ. So, you know, when I cook something Italian, there is always 3 ingredients. This is French. For sure, it's French because look how many ingredients have this quiche with vegetable and smoked bacon. You remember? My grandmother used to say if a recipe have more than 4 Italian recipe have more than 4 ingredients, not counting among the ingredients olive oil and salt, then it's not an Italian recipe. And this proves it. With all those ingredients, is definitely not an Italian recipe. It's French. So about the word, the meaning of the word quiche. The word is first attested in French in 1605 in Lorraine, which is in Lorraine patois, actually, is a language that they spoke in the Lorraine region of France. It's a kind of a dialect. The first English usage of the word quiche Lorraine was recorded in 1925. So I think he originated in French, of course, in the region of Lorraine, and then also they use it in England. And about the further etymology, well, there is a lot of uncertainty about where the word quiche comes from. It's not really French. Many people, they say it can be related to the German word Kuchen, which means cake or tart. I speak Dutch, I don't speak German. Did I say it properly, JJ? It's a Kuchen, sorry. So Kuchen. So Kuchen is in Dutch and Kuchen is in German, which means cake or tart. So guys, if we go to Germany, I will not be ordering a Kuchen because it's so difficult to say. So when we can say cake, I think they will understand. History of the quiche is considered a French, but the using of eggs and cream in pastry also was used a lot in England, in English cuisine in the 14th century, and even before in the 13th centuries in Italy. But I think the way that we call quiche now, I will say with all those ingredients, because every quiche has a lot of ingredients, is for sure French. So we'll leave it to the French, this one. I'm not taking this away from you French people. Well, quiche as a pastry crust is filled with eggs, milk, and or cream, and it's made with all kind of vegetable. Personally, I made it with so many vegetables, and they're all delicious. I love the one with potatoes. I love the one with asparagus. And also I made a few times the one with seafood. There is one variation with salmon is out of this world. Some of the most famous French one, if you guys are wondering, is the quiche with spinach. Look at that one. That French, they call it the quiche florentin, quiche fiorentino. I wonder why. And another one that is very popular in France is the quiche provençal. It's made, this is the one made with mushroom, sorry, is the quiche mushroom and leek. And they, do they have a special name for this one? No, they just call it mushroom, champignon, quiche champignon. Then there is another one that I will say I love it. That one is the quiche provençal, which is with tomatoes. And if you ever ask me the recipe, it's delicious. And they also have, of course, especially in French, they are delicious. The quiche au fromage, the quiche with cheeses. Of course, the Gruyère is the French cheese. It's out of this world. But of course, if you are in America or in other part of the world, I don't know where you guys are watching from, you can use all kind of different cheeses. You put it in, you put some cream, you put your eggs, you put some salt and pepper, and you put it in a form of your choice in the oven. They are delicious, and they can be eaten cold, warm, or hot. You can. It's one of the recipe actually that I personally like it when it's not so hot anymore, and I like it even more the day after. But you can have it even when it comes out of the oven. Actually, JJ, every time we take it out of the oven, we did it yesterday. He was like, "Can we have it right now?" I said, "No, we have to wait until tomorrow." Because we are gonna have it. I said to him, we are gonna have it for lunch. This is the sign for lunch in sign language. This is eat and this is lunch. So for lunch you can have this one, but actually you can also have it on nighttime should you want it. So if you want to have it, you can have for lunch or for dinner. Without further ado, I will say let's go to the kitchen where I can show you how I made this quiche vegetable with vegetable and a small bacon, a smoked bacon that they call in France, remember, paysan, from paysan, because it's probably one of the most simple. I made the basic one with all the vegetable that normally they say you need to use, but remember you can mix and match your vegetable, and you can even skip the bacon. You can use the lard if you are in Europe. I know lard are very popular over there. So without further ado, I will say let's go to my kitchen where I will be cooking some delicious quiche with vegetable and bacon. Let's go to the kitchen. Here we go. Let's go. Welcome to my kitchen. So today, as I said, we are making a quiche with vegetable and bacon. The quiche is a savory pie originated from France, the region of Alsace-Lorraine, which formerly was disputed between France and Germany, and is made with a crust of pastry and stuffed with a base of filling consisting of cream and eggs, to which we can add different kind of filling based on our taste, so different kind of vegetable and meat. Today I will make a quiche with vegetable and bacon. It's generally served hot, so you can make it and eat it directly. I personally like it also when it's a little bit cooler, and it's even more delicious the day after, warm or cold. Here are the ingredients for the base. You need a puffy pastry or a crust pastry to fill the base of your form. For the stuffing, we start with 1 small carrot cut in small pieces, 1 small zucchini also cut in small pieces, half of a small eggplant cut in small square pieces, half red bell pepper cut in small pieces, and half yellow bell pepper cut in small pieces, and you can mix them together as you can see. Then half cup of grana padano grated, 3 ounces of smoked bacon also cut in pieces, 4 ounces of creme fraiche, 2 tablespoons of virgin olive oil, salt, black pepper and nutmeg to taste, just a drop of nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of butter unsalted, 1 small leek cut in rings, and the last one, 2 eggs. Now let's prepare our delicious quiche with vegetable and bacon. We start by putting the green onions in a pan with 2 tablespoons of oil. When it's golden, we add the cut vegetable, all except the leek. We add some salt and pepper and we let it cook for about 10 minutes. Remember, the vegetable do not need to cook, just to get a little bit tender and brown. While the vegetables are cooking, we put in another pan some butter and we let it melt. We add to the butter the leek and we let it saute for 5 minutes. We add at this moment the diced bacon and we let it cook for altogether for another 5 minutes, I will say. In a fairly large bowl, now we put the cream and the 2 eggs. And with the help of a whisk, we begin to beat and mix all the ingredients together. It's creamy. We had the grated Parmigiano Reggiano. We had our vegetable, the leek and the bacon mixture, a pinch of nutmeg, and we mix everything with a little bit of salt. Now we take the crust pastry out of the refrigerator and we place it to cover our form. Just make sure that you fill it completely with your pastry. You prick the bottom of the crust pastry with a fork, just like this, and you fill it with the mixture. And with the help of a spatula, you level the mixture to cover completely your form. You lower the edges of the crust like this, and you brush them with some egg white. Now we can bake our quiche with vegetable and bacon for, I would say, 40 minutes at a temperature 380 Fahrenheit. Hey Google, set timer to 40 minutes.
40 minutes, and that's starting now.
And here is our quiche with vegetable and bacon. Of course, it's hot from the oven. I will normally wait like 15 minutes before I take the form. I open the form, I cut it in pieces, and as I said, I also like to eat it the day after. Here is my quiche, and now I'm gonna have a little bite to let you know if I did a good job or not. Remember, I am a singer who loves to cook, and if you make any one of my recipe, please send me pictures. I'm always curious and so happy to see what you are making. So let me have a bite.
Halfway to paradise.
Very delicious, very French if you ask me. I love the taste of the vegetable, the eggs, the cream, of course, and a little bit the bite of the meat. If you're vegetarian, you can skip the smoked bacon. Buon appetito in Italiano, bon appétit en français, since this was French, and in sign language this is bon appétit. Alla prossima! Bon appetit. Well, as I said, I had it for lunch. I made it yesterday. I had it for lunch today. It's delicious. I saw some people were asking, can you? Somebody was asking a question if it can be frozen. Yes, you can frozen when it's cooked. I will never say I will freeze it when it's not cooked yet. But normally it never survived long in my family, at least when we make the quiche. I always try to make it small, so I only have it for one time, max two. And I like to make, actually, honestly, I like to make also the little one, so I can make two different, so one tastes more like whatever vegetable I have over. It's nice, when we are now in COVID-19, when we are at home, we have sometimes in the refrigerator some vegetable that we don't know what to do with. You can always make a nice quiche. So I hope you enjoyed that one. And as I said, since we are, and talking about freezing, I saw some people are also having problem that the video is frozen, freezing, or is frozen? It's frozen here and there. So guys, I'm sorry, it's good here. So it may depend on your internet connections or mine. I don't know. We've been doing this Giada Live and we went through really all kind of problems because we are depending of the internet. We all work for the internet company. So when internet is not with us, Giada Live has some problem. When the technique go down, Giada has a problem too. I had before some issues, but everything is okay now. And since I hope you like my recipe, as I said, if you make it or if you make any one of my recipe, send me a picture. Somebody was asking, when are you going to make cocktails again? I saw that question. I will probably pick it up at some point, maybe once a month. We also make cocktails. And a cocktail, I always try to educate myself. We made some very good one last year, actually. And I started to appreciate it very much. The recipe was French. And you remember French. This is a site for French and French language. And I'm going to sing now for you a French song. If you know me as a singer and you've been to my concert, this song is always towards the end when it's almost time to say goodnight to my audience. And sometimes one time actually, I remember, I thought I was, maybe you guys were sick and tired to hear me sing the same song because it's the song that made me a singer. I've learned it when I was 4 years old. I sang the song my whole life. It was this song that made me dream one day to become a singer. So every concert when I started to do concert, the song was always there. So one time I remember I was in, I think in El Paso, Texas, and I decided not to do the song because I thought maybe people are sick and tired. So I skipped the song, La Vie en Rose. I didn't sing the song. And a few weeks later, I received this beautiful email from a gentleman. He said, "Dear Giada, we enjoyed your concert." He was saying how emotional he was, but you almost ruined my moment. He said, "We have been to 3 of your concerts, and every time towards the end, you sing La Vie en Rose. And that particular night, you didn't." And they knew, basically, there have been so many times that they knew that towards the end, whatever songs were before, the last 3 songs, one of the 3 last songs was La Vie en Rose. And that year, they count the song, they saw, that night, they said La Vie en Rose is not coming. He had prepared a surprise. He knew his girlfriend loved La Vie en Rose. They were always coming more or less for that song. So he said, as soon as Giada starts to announce La Vie en Rose, I will take out my ring and I will ask her, would you marry me? That night, I didn't do it. So he was panicking. What should I do? And then he said, instead of La Vie en Rose, I sang 1,000 Years. And the girlfriend turns to him and said, oh, I love when she sings this song. So he said, this is my chance. He took the ring and he asked her to marry it. Of course, she said yes, they are happily married. I don't know if they are watching today, but it was funny to read that for one time that I decide not to sing La Vie en Rose, these things happen. I almost ruined the plans of this gentleman. So I decided to sing it today. It's the first time actually I sing it in 2021. So I'm going to count maybe how many times do I sing La Vie en Rose in a year. Last year, actually, not a couple of times, because on the Giada Live, I sang it many times. You always ask me to do, but of course, normally when it's concert time, 100 times a year. So first time singing La Vie en Rose for this year. And if you don't know much, La Vie en Rose, I'm going to tell you in a second about the meaning of the lyrics, but it was written by Edith Piaf, the famous French icon, another singer I love. She actually had written the song many years before she recorded the song for another singer. They were in a bar in Paris, and this other singer said, hey, you can write song, right, Edith? Why you don't write the song for me? So Edith famously took a piece of paper I think it was a napkin and a pen, and she started to write "Quand il me prend dans ses bras," and she wrote this kind of lyrics. And then the singer said, "I like it." She put it in her pocket, and she forgot all about it. A few years later, she became a big superstar. She was the most famous singer in the world at the time, and she decided that she wanted to sing that song that she had written for somebody else for fun in a piece of in a napkin. And she wasn't an official songwriter, so she needed a songwriter to sign and register the song. And all the famous songwriters of Paris were like, "Oh, I don't want to sign that song. It's not worth my name." And actually, Edith said they even said, "Edith, you're a big superstar, but don't you ever record this song. It's going to ruin your career." What I love about Edith Piaf, she was very persistent. She wanted to record a song because she saw something in that lyrics and in that melody that she had in her head. So she kept asking everybody. And there was one guy, I'm very proud to say it, he was an Italian guy that was born in Naples and had moved to France, Louis Guglielmi. So he was of Italian heritage, but he was, of course, born in France. And Louis Guglielmi said, he was nobody. He said, "I sign it." And in an interview, of course, in a book about his life, he said, "As you can imagine, I never regretted signing to being one of the writers of La Vie en Rose." So JJ is going to start the music, and we go to Paris for a second. I think this is the sign for Paris. So we travel to Paris with this beautiful song of Edith Piaf. If you don't speak French, the lyrics are very beautiful and simple and powerful, just like love. I'm basically singing, when he embraces me and he speaks to me softly words of love, my life is beautiful. I'm his and he's mine. That's the reason why my heart beats. Here is La Vie en Rose, written by the one and only, my idol, one of my idol, Edith Piaf. Let's go to France. Deux yeux qui font baisser les miennes, un rire que se perd sous sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand Dieu me prend dans ses bras, il me parlait tout bas. Je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la journée pour la vie. Dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon corps qui bat, la 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 vie en rose, la 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 vie en rose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause.
pour moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. La 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 la. Mon corps qui bat. Mon cœur qui bat. My heart is beating, and surely he beats every time I sing this song, even here in my office with only JJ as my audience and all of you there sending messages. And actually, every time you guys write a comment, I hear beep, beep. So I imagine you like in a big room, all of me. One day, hopefully later this year, we will be able to be all together and have you all of you. I hope, why not? Everybody can fly to Las Vegas and be in my audience. And if it's not in Las Vegas, somewhere else in the world, hopefully it will happen also soon. I saw a message of Antonio. Antonio, you sent me an email. I haven't checked my email, honestly, this morning, but I will. He said it's un messaggio molto importante. Grazie, Antonio. I will read the message. I saw also Alejandra was with us, Sal Fiorentino, of course, and Diane. Who else is there? Lisa Falcone is there, Jenny, Janet, and even who is there? Mitch. Is new to me. Welcome. Where are you watching from? So if you're new, guys, please let me know where you're watching from. It's Giada Valenti in Las Vegas. I'm a singer and songwriter that loves to cook. So please, I hope you enjoy my recipe today. Please keep following me. Continue listening to my music on all the pages where you can listen to my music, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. More new music is coming soon. As I said, please keep also putting your like on my Facebook page. If you haven't done it, go on facebook.com/Giada Valenti page. It's the page when you say on the banner is written, welcome to my page and thank you for the like. That's the one where you guys need to put your like. And also, of course, don't forget to like my YouTube channel and also, why not, Instagram. I post every day also pictures on my Instagram. You know, Instagram is not much talking, it's only picture. So please do also, if you are on Instagram, my Instagram is Giada Valenti 25. And if you're sick and tired of stay at home and you want to travel to Italy, I remind you before, because it looks like October we will be able to travel because now the vaccine is being distributed. So if you want to travel to Italy, go on giadavalenti.com and you find all the information how to travel to Italy, to Venice and the north of Italy, Rome, Florence. We're going to do, you find all the itinerary if you go on giadavalenti.com, and it's organized by Perillo Tour, so always the best in travels. I will say I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow is Patreon Sunday, is Love Song Sunday, and tomorrow I'm very excited because one of my idol, Dolly Parton, we are celebrating her birthday, and we do an homage to her music. Of course, I adore Dolly Parton. I'm from the country of Italy, so I'm without any doubt also a country girl, but not a country girl from Nashville. I'm a country girl from Venice. I love Dolly Parton, so I will be singing some of the most famous songs. Of course, she wrote I Will Always Love You, and it will be there. The Coats of Many Color, Jolene is going to be there. Many of you also have requested a couple of songs, and I think you, Doug, have requested one that is in. Here You Come Again, so there's in too. And if you like this episode of you have watched this episode for the first time and you said, hey, I missed all the other 200 episodes she did before, you can always see them on repeat on giada.life, and you will find all my recipe, all my singing, all my story. We traveled to Italy so many times, daydreaming traveling. Hopefully soon we can really take an airplane, buckle up and travel all together. I will say, guys, buon appetito. So as I said, this is buon appetito. If you're making my recipe, snap a pictures and send it to me, and I will see you tomorrow on my Patreon, where we will be singing a beautiful tribute with the music of the one and only
one of my idol, the one and only Dolly Parton, Forever Young to Me. Guys, look at her. Thank you so very much for being with me today. And I will see you tomorrow on Patreon. You can go on patreon.com. DJ just showed out they can join me. They can go on patreon.com. And yeah, there's /Giada Valenti is a subscription. So you can do $1 and then if you like it, you can do $10 a month and you can get to see all the Sundays and all the special videos that I always post there. So guys, most important sign, I love you and I will be seeing you tomorrow for the Dolly Parton tribute. Ciao ragazzi, a domani, grazie ancora di cuore, ciao.
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, Dankeschön, Dankeschön.